This presentation shares research that was presented at the National Communication Association's annual convention in 2017. The topic is Work-Life Balance as a Celebrity Issue, exploring the gendered and class nature of popular press coverage. To begin, I'd like to share some of the project's goals. The project's main idea was to examine how news media frames coverage of celebrity parents as working parents and positions them as experts who can teach audiences about successful or unsuccessful attempts at managing the dual domains of work and home, with a particular focus on gender, class, and replicability, by which I mean the ability for audiences to replicate the celebrity's behavior. Celebrity strategies for work-life balance. Work-life balance continues to grow as a field of study in communication and other disciplines. According to Pew Social Trends, work-life balance affects both men and women. It results in a feeling of not having enough time and constantly being rushed, and it influences decisions of employment, particularly for women who often opt out or reduce their labor time to part-time to manage their work-life balance needs. As work-life balance continues to be pushed as a cultural imperative for all people navigating work and home domains, we see that Buzzanell's description of the area of study as one that has exploded and diversified over the past 15 years to continue to be accurate and describe what is emerging as an important area of study. Previous research has found that celebrities act as role models for audiences on topics such as pregnancy and parenthood, political decision-making, and health behaviors. This project builds and extends that knowledge by looking at the work-life balance arena and examining how stories of celebrities navigating work-life balance might have influence on audiences. This project is not an audience analysis, however. It's a media text analysis, and we can argue that analyzing text is a critical part of understanding the world as the media influences and shapes our expectations for reality. Indeed, Peirce and Lamb argue that the media affects our understanding of social realities because the images that we see help us to construct expectations for our own interactions. We can learn from the media even when it's not necessarily educational media, which I found in my 2011 dissertation research. Audiences learned about what it meant to be a parent and to be pregnant from celebrities, even though it was not meant to be educational material. Data for this project was collected using LexisNexis and Google search engines. Search terms included celebrity work-life balance and celebrity parent work-life balance. These terms resulted in hundreds of articles being pulled from these engines, which were pared down to 47 articles that specifically met the project's criteria that the articles contained information about a United States celebrity and work-life balance. Theoretical construct sampling was paired with some snowball sampling, following the parameters set out by Lindelof and Taylor, until saturation appeared to have been met for the data set. The 47 articles that are included offer a very specific type of article that helps to deeply analyze one specific media frame. The data was analyzed using Reisman's narrative analysis and Lindelof and Taylor's qualitative approach. The qualitative approach was added to the narrative analysis to give it more structure when Reisman is appropriately vague in her description of how to implement a narrative analysis. I supported that by adding in the descriptive approach that Lindelof and Taylor take in their text. 3 questions guided this research. Research question 1. How does the media frame work-life balance through celebrity narrative? Research question 2. How does the media position work-life balance in terms of social or economic power for celebrities? And finally, research question 3. How does gender influence discussion of successful or unsuccessful attempts by celebrities at managing work-life balance? 4 narratives were found as media frames for work-life balance when discussing it through a celebrity lens. The first narrative positions celebrities as experts at work-life balance. They are seen here as a role model or teacher. Headlines such as 9 Things Celebs Can Teach Us About Life Balance project that the celebrity can offer us tips and secrets about how we might improve our own work-life balance. These narratives downplay the need for help. They emphasize a delegate and dump approach, particularly in relationship to female celebrities, and they argue that a lowering of standards can lead to more satisfaction with work-life balance. A second narrative positions the celebrity as challenged by work-life balance. Here, the celebrity is framed as an every woman or man, someone similar to you, whose experience of work-life balance challenges them as they try to figure out how to manage it all. We see here language of confession or admitting to not being able to succeed at the perfect work-life balance, with headlines such as Will Smith struggled to find work-life balance. I pair these narratives here because they take similar approaches, but the narrative arc ends with a different outcome, such that they each look at the individual celebrity as someone working to manage work-life balance. However, one positions the celebrity as successful, while the other positions the celebrity as struggling. Narratives 3 and 4 look at a different storyline. Narrative 3 sees balance as an achievable goal. It's described by words such as perfect, successful, and admirable. It perpetuates motherhood and parenthood myths, and characterizes a celebrity as facing more important struggles as a powerful person, yet they are able to find balance. If the celebrity can find balance, so can you. Narrative 4 looks at balance as an impossibility or cultural myth. It looks to reframe how we see these words of struggle, feeling overwhelmed, and failure by arguing that in fact it is impossible to find balance, and so failure is a necessary part of the struggle to manage a successful home life and a successful career. These articles are characterized by a need to accept the dominant and recessive nature of balance, in which one domain constantly dominates the other. These may flip-flop such that at times home is dominant and at other times work is dominant, but instead they argue it's not possible to manage both at a high level of functionality. We see headlines such as Mila Kunis doesn't believe work-life balance exists for moms, and the myth of balancing motherhood and a successful career. The second research question addressed celebrity social or economic power and how this is used to manage work-life balance. We see this as celebrities discuss opting in and out of work as needed, highlighting the ability to use their power to manage their career and their work demands. This may come from taking work off for a period of time or changing their work focus, as some celebrities discussed putting their energy into a different type of activity. Many of the suggestions that celebrities make for work-life balance are not possible for readers, such as negotiating space for children at work, or the possibility of taking long periods of time off from work. We saw minimal direct discussion of paid help, such as nannies, trainers, tutors, and drivers, such that the celebrity appears to be doing it all themselves, even though we know they often have a team of support behind them. The snapshot perspective offered by the media frames quality time as simplistic time together and does not get into the nitty-gritty of the daily life of a parent that includes the labor of childcare and home. Often, these stories assume that the demands of a celebrity's career are more intense than that of other people, positioning them as successful and framing the reader as someone who should be able to do it too. The final research question looked at celebrities and gender, and we found that gender does influence how balance issues are treated in these media outlets. The way that women and men discussed attaining balance was very different. Women discussed strategies such as delegating and dumping tasks, reducing standards, prioritizing, and compartmentalizing, while men framed balance issues as a shared experience with their family or wife. In terms of frequency, celebrity fathers were frequently included in these stories, but the dominant storyline was about celebrity mothers and their ability to manage work and life. There was also a small group of articles that included non-parent celebrities as work-life role models, creating a broader sense of what the term means, and including activities such as vacation and travel and volunteer pursuits as active parts of a life management role. Continuing to examine gender, also, ongoing double standards for mothers and fathers were found within these articles, and a criticism that there was a need to change the cultural notions that work-life balance is a women's issue. A significant group of the articles countered cultural norms about motherhood and parenthood that placed women at the heart of the family and naturalized childcare as women's work. This group of articles argued that balance was something that affects everyone, and a need to go beyond balance language, which often falls short or demands a form of perfection that is impossible to achieve. Only female celebrities shared a feeling of guilt, a need to engage in self-care and me time, and a discussion of feeling like a failure. These were not characteristic of men and their discussion of work-life balance. Addressing the different research questions, I'll now analyze what the findings mean for the project. In research question 1, we found the competing narratives of celebrity as expert teacher and celebrity as ordinary parent, just like me or you, to position the celebrity as either a super parent or one that is flawed but very likable. They exist together because each person navigates their own space-life constraints differently. These articles position balance as an individual pursuit, a reflection of a celebrity's internal character, and one that varies from person to person and approach to approach. We also saw narratives that argued whether balance was possible or did not exist. And these appeared to be part of a larger conversation on gender and equality within the home. An argument that if balance does not exist, readers should closely consider the stories of perfection to find holes in their logic. If balance does exist, the celebrity out of balance, or not even trying to achieve it, ultimately fails in the reader's eyes. Our second research question identifies that celebrities use their social and economic power to manage their family demands alongside their work demands. It allows them to transition to new enterprises, shift the type of work they do within their field, or take only periodic work engagements that allow for long periods of time not working. The economic power is hidden within these stories, but offers the backbone of celebrity work-life balance. Finally, for research question 3, gender offers a lens through which celebrity work-life balance is understood. It's a framework of normative behavior. It appears to have more significant impact on female celebrities and requires more compromise for them professionally, whereas male celebrities do not communicate a change in their work status or level. Managing work-life balance appears to be more intensive and time-consuming for female celebrities versus male celebrity parents. In conclusion, this project finds that celebrity work-life stories position balance as an idealized goal that is equated with success. Successfully managing balance is part of a successful career, and failing to find balance is also failing to manage one's own career. Balance is communicated as a desirable value that readers should also place emphasis on in their own life. Arguably, it reinterprets the American dream by positioning the individual as in charge of his or her own destiny and giving them tips, tricks, and secrets so that they can manage and make sense of their own world in an attempt to find balance just like their celebrity role models. Finally, we see counter-narratives within the article set that attempt to negate balance language as undermining to women and, to a lesser extent, men. These articles frame this as a social need and an impossible goal driving women to feel as failures when they are not. Ultimately, these articles, one of the largest subsets, are positioned as a call to bring men further into the family fold as an equally responsible party. Thank you for watching this presentation. I encourage you to email me with any questions at hatfieldE@uhd.edu. Have a great day.